Hey guys, you're back with the Lady Hippie at the bar. If I could ever get in my chair. Yeah, I'm trying to back away because when I gesture, my hands look like the whole screen. So that's not a good thing. I haven't got a heck of a lot to go over this morning. I don't know how many of you are still with me. It is a weekend. Thank you, Lord. Amen. Amen. We managed to get here. Don't ask me how. Yeah, I'm fidgeting. I always fidget when I get up. I think you'd be disappointed if I didn't by now. So yeah, I decided to go with different chains and different necklaces to try to drape it down. I've been kind of lazy and using the same jewelry off and on. Try not to wear the same thing twice now since I had seen that I circulated it. You have favorites, and that's what you put on. And I realized, well, geez, I'm not getting but this much out of my closet, literally. Well, I was supposed to hang them up over there. So I went through closets and put together a few different ones. I even managed to find shorts. Not that that's a good look either for my age. We don't mention our weight. Watch it. Don't do it. I know it's hard. Yeah, don't do it. Okay. Well, yeah, we've got entertainment purposes only out here, folks. I'm gonna be here all week. Don't literally. So wake up. Let's see what's going on out here. I see that a bit of this seems to be a bit echoey. So we're gonna try to pretend that we are a producer and a mixer and see if we can't get that to stop echoing. So for those of you who can't hear me, hit the live chat. Let me know because I got live chat up. So let's see. We've about covered everything. Hit the like, dislike, share, tell your friends, be a subscriber. It's free. You can get it off and then turn it off in like 2 seconds. So I know I like that stuff. And it's just on the regular YouTube. You don't want to go to the YouTube where you pay. I think I can't remember what they call it. Maybe I think maybe YouTube Premium. In any event, I'm sorry. I'm just fidgeting. I style my hair every morning, and by the time I get close to a mirror, literally, because I really don't look anymore. I've done it for so long. I know what I'm doing with the dryer. And by the time I get to a mirror, the humidity and so forth has gone. So I used to say, "Oh, I don't like my hair," because I had very curly hair. So styling it kind of tries to make it do right. A friend of mine loves. She says how the banana curls will appear on either side by my neck. I don't like that. I like it more smooth and businesslike, able to do something with. Of course, at my age, it just doesn't make a damn, does it? I love getting up here to mess with you guys. Sorry, really not sorry, Wanda. So I'm going to give a shout out to Trey Smith this morning. He is an amazing person. I love his website, and I have not shouted out to him, I don't think. Um, he does the God in a Nutshell project, and if you want to learn something about the Bible, I'm talking from Genesis down, and the actual language it was technically wrote in the beginning. You know, he goes through the Aramaic and the Greek and the Israelis. Um, I think it's called something else, but y'all get what I mean. The modern Israelis, Hebrew. Thank you, Leslie. So yeah, I shout out, and I love to see. He has a lot. He has them in book form, and he has them in DVDs. You can also live stream these. So if there is something you have a question on, or that you would like to know more about on the Bible, that's your go-to guy. I mean, he is awesome. He's got well over 2 million views now on many of his podcasts, and he does one for each of those. And this man is awesome. I mean, he's gone to Galilee, he's gone to the Red Sea, he's gone to Sodom and Gomorrah, he's gone to Jerusalem, and other places like Turkey. There's an ark out there, and I didn't know about it until I watched Trey Smith on this. I cannot remember which one it is, but you can look through them and see. There's somebody who recreated, or maybe it was a country, because this thing is massive, recreated the ark down to the pens and how to feed the animals, how many pens, what type of pens. It's all been recreated. I don't know if this is exactly what they had in ancient times when the flood came, But I'm thinking they did. This is an amazing piece of work. Had to be expensive as I'll get out, and I can't see it enough. And Trey Smith, he goes through there and lets you see what's in there. And I can't seem to catch where it's at. I think it's in Turkey, probably near Mount Ararat, where they think they found the remains of the true ark. Um, it's something else, and not to mention the connection to the Ark of the Covenant. Ark is a covenant. So they kind of fit together, don't they? I do love doing the deep dives on religion. Just I pick one kind of sort of, and then sometimes it goes throws me back out. So this one is one of my go-tos. So if you're curious, the other one that I love to recommend is the Left Behind series. People, it's a 28 book series for you to go from the beginning, which is Left Behind. They started the rapture. Imagine your pilot disappearing, things like that. So if you have any of those and you want to learn how it might fit in today, these guys are again my go-to guys. Tim LaHaye, I can't remember the young man's name now, and Tim has passed away, and I can't remember the other boy's name now. It's so odd. I've been reading them for over a decade, and I go and check things. Trey Smith will tell me something, and I'm checking. Nowadays, you don't just you go. Works for me. I'm glad I did it, and I get to see it all, and I'm not paying for it, and I'm not trying to get through the heat and the exhaustion and so forth. So yeah, those are my guys, and that's how I started my morning. We'd had one heck of a day. I swept and mopped and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned some more, and then I sat down and said, "Oh hell," just because then the thunderstorms were rolling in. We had managed to go. We have a new Kroger in town, and it turns out it's less than a half a mile from my subdivision. It's literally, instead of going right like I do to Walmart, going 2 miles, I'd go left and go a half a mile. And I couldn't believe it. Robert had wanted me to go the day before, and I didn't. I wasn't up to it. It's taken several days to clean them. When you get through the last of it, you look around and go, shit. Sit back down. It's depressing. This is why I still have my, well, y'all know it's my smoother for the day, we'll say. In any event, so Robert wanted to go to the new Walmart. I mean, to the new Kmart. I shouldn't have hit that already this morning. It's the new Kroger. I almost said Kmart, which hasn't been around for over a decade because Walmart kicked its ass. So Walmart tried. They even got bigger stores, but they just couldn't compete. I don't know why. I thought they were very similar myself. We just had purchased our annual fee there for Sam's Club, which we had not done really, over a decade ago because Sam had died. We had the lifetime membership, and they said, "Oh, that's not good anymore. You have to do it per year." And we said, "Freak you, man! I go somewhere else." But we have cats, and we try to help all of the strays that are outside. And they had babies. Who knew? Have you ever tried to catch a blooming cat? Have you ever tried to catch a kitten? Do please hit me on live chat if you've got an idea that will help me catch them. I can't catch them. So I can't get them new homes. And I'm still echoing. I can't get them a new home and all of that. So back to where I was, we're going to Kroger, the new one. And Robert's all excited because his boss, he calls him Mike, and it's not really his boss, but he calls him boss. So he is helping to take down several trees. And his boss went from driving semis or running semi trucks, which is what Robert did for him. He drove a truck. He shut that part down, and he's done U-Haul now because he too stays at home. So Robert will run back and forth for him because he's closer, and he can let them in and get the keys and take the money and so forth. They can get their U-Haul. So he technically works still. So anyway, he goes, okay. So I said, I'll go tomorrow. So that was yesterday. And of course, he called me and was like, "Are you ready to go?" He was very excited. Get down, picks him up. So I said, "Yeah, okay, yeah. By the time you get here, I'll be ready." So I threw my jewelry on, threw a pair of shoes on. But you know me, I'm not going out in public unless it's right. It's public. public. People see you. I about got one woman out of her car because she come that close to me and she knew it. She was facing me with her car and had 2 feet at least on the other side and did not have to go that close to you. I actually slapped her car and said, "Get out." And my husband was like, "Shh, shh, shh, shh." We didn't have bail money. Bitch went out anyway. So I was trying to be a good girl today. So I'm there, and I said, "Well, it is big. It's bigger than the Walmart, but I'm used to that little Walmart by me. But it's actually bigger than his, which is on Wrightsboro. Come down, baby. My coffee's here. Come on, pick some up." So she was the first one we got. Well, she's the kitten we got and had to save her eye. One eye is still smaller, but she has vision and she's okay. She climbed into my hand. She was pinned underneath one of the shelves in the greenhouse, and I picked it up. And when I was picking it up here, she just stepped out into my hand and kind of curled up like, "Okay, I'm home." I said, "Well, I'll clean her eye and I'll give her back to mom." She's still here. We adopted 4 black cats and their mother. We lost the mother, unfortunately. So I had 4 black cats. Serenity is our oldest. She's a Persian Himalayan. She's our oldest, and she's not happy. She hasn't been happy at all. And I'm boarding too. So that gives you an idea of how many freaking cats are in my house. Cats freaking go everywhere. It doesn't matter if you spray them with a bottle, all that stuff. It doesn't work. It might work for 1 or 2 times, but screw it. You can't get them to do it. Not for very long. And so here we are, in Kroger. We're popping around, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty big. And look, there's clothes, and look, there's shoes. Look, there's buses." It's like, "Go in here and get some food." We probably should have stayed out of the steak aisle, but what can I say? In any event, yeah, we went through there. Got a lot of stuff. Found me a new T-shirt. Had to have it. It was only $9. The neat thing I found while I was there, to me anyway, was a pair of shoes, a pair of sandals with the cork-looking heels. We used to call them wedgies. They have the exact pair I used to dance my butt off in the 80s and late 70s. Actually, I've always danced, but this particular pair of shoes I wore out and got another pair and ended up buying another 2 pair to keep when that one wore out. So they were great dance shoes. You were higher, but your foot was still kind of level. And I'm dirty dancing is what I did. So you could imagine you got to be able to move, and it would wear out that bottom half, and you couldn't slide. So you'd be gluing that back, and finally I couldn't find them anywhere, and they had them. $50. I'm like, "Yeah, they're having a grand opening," because I really wanted them. I haven't paid $50 for a pair of shoes. I don't know how they pay 300 or whatever they did because somebody made. I don't care who the hell made it. I'm not paying that for. Yeah, because shoes just don't last that long. They're not meant to last that long. They're not built to last that long. And I don't care how many shoes you have in your closet to rotate. Eventually, that one will snap, tear, wear out eventually because I do it myself. And still, I say, "I'm not going to buy any shoes. I'm not going to buy any boots." I have like 500 of those if you put them together. It's amazing. Every time I go to look for a pair, I go, "Oh my God, I got too many." So, of course, I wanted the shoes. Here comes the little sales lady. "Are you interested in these? Let me sit down. We'll get you some." I was like, "I don't want to spend $50. She said, "Oh, they're half off." I said, "Oh, okay." We're saving half, Robert. So, of course, I got the shoes. And I ended up even in the makeup aisle. Poor boy, because this is so expensive nowadays. It can be half off if they want to. They still put it at $8, and that's what it cost if it wasn't on sale everywhere else. Just saying. They were bigger. They were new. We went. We saw. Um, I have a Kroger card coming. I had to fill all that out and send it back yet. In any event, so they applied that for us. So it was more savings. It was still almost $150. Of course, tax when you get to $100 or plus, God help us, is ginormous. It's like 1050 or 1050, something like it's just unfreaking real. The rest of everything we got was groceries. Now in Texas, you don't pay for your groceries. You'll pay for the clothing or whatever else you got, but you don't have a tax on groceries. have a tax on gas. You don't have a state tax. Already, that's three that Georgia pulls in like they're going to make sure you're broke for the rest of your life because you're like, who the. This is theft. Can't arrest the government. Can't protest it, apparently, if you're Antifa. I'm trying not to go there. So anyway, we get back, and I didn't try the shoes on. I've been wearing the same size shoes for decades, and I had gone up a half size after my 20s. That was where I stayed. And I do buy shoes once or twice a year still, and boots probably at Christmas time. The reason why I have so many because I don't wear them that much. It's Georgia. And I mean, the only time you really need boots after winter, if you can call what we get winter, because I was raised in Chicago, and this is no winter down here. Like right now, this is oh, it's spring. Oh, the hell it is. You go outside, it's 140. So it is sweat. Uh, Hi, honey, I'm alive. He's gonna probably go hide now. Sorry, babe. You can move. Poor baby. He didn't know I was already on live. He's been out cutting trees. So I still have a few minutes. Hey, babe. We saw you come in, love. Just give me a few more minutes and I'll wrap. So, yes, you can see that's the husband that bought me the shoes. Yeah, I got home, tried them on. They work great. So I'm going to wear those on Labor Day for the barbecue. My son's going to barbecue because he doesn't like it when I cook. I love that. I get to see my granddaughter. I get to see them. We're not like everybody loves Raymond. We're our only one exit away from them, but we don't do like that. Because we worked hard. I was still too my husband, and you just don't have time for everybody. When you have a child, you got a job, you got all this stuff going on. You don't have time for the in-laws every other day. And so generally we go over there on holidays, and sometimes he'll call us or send a text and say, come out for dinner or whatever tomorrow. Very rarely, because they're very busy and they work very long hours. And they work here at the base. And so does Robert. Basically, he's got long hours. I'm the only one with short hours because housework doesn't count if you do it from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. No, my Tassie's trying to come through. My Tasmanian devil. I named him after that because he is. He's hiding under the bar, which is a sink. So he didn't go very far. I'm trying not to get up in your grill this morning. So we did the new Kroger thing. That was awesome. Love my shoes. So I have a little shorts outfit to go out, which I'm going to have to wear hose with because I'm like going on 65. You know, wear shorts. We called them culottes when I was growing up because the shorts come down to about mid calf. So it's shy of a pair of pants by like 4 inches. I don't know what they call it today. Pedal pushers, culottes, almost pants. So that's what I'll be wearing. And my new t-shirt. Yeah. My granddaughter always says, Grandma, you're always so well groomed. Isn't that a nice moniker for a great well groomed? I'm like, so I brushed my teeth today. What's it? What the hell? She's doing the grunge look now. She seems to change every time I see her. About every 3 months, basically, it'll go by. Even we're busy, so we don't really notice. And she's as tall as I am. Literally, she's 5'2". She's not quite 12. She turns 12 just ahead of our birthdays, and so I'm like, stop growing, stop cutting and dyeing your hair. I hate she's dyeing her hair so much. I've never thought that was safe. Robert, whatever you're doing is way loud in here. Could you please quit? Thank you so much. This is real loud in here. Could you please quit? Thank you. Maybe you could stop that for a few minutes till I call for you while I'm on live. That would be really great. Yeah. Sometimes you have to ask people stuff. It's like being in the grocery store and they're parked in the middle of the aisle and nobody can get either way. They need to just make these lanes up, so it's like traffic. Turn signals off and back. I think we should all have them all motorized. And the stores are big enough just about. We could just take a go-kart through there. So let's see. What else did I have to do today besides that? Not much. I'm trying to get ready for the holiday. I imagine everybody else is too. Again, look at Trey Smith just to take a peek, just to see what you think. I think that's another one that The rest of us should know. Again, he's got several million viewers. He's that good. And he does this research and he knows what he's talking about. And it saves me hours in the Bible. Really? What y'all doing? It comes right over this thing. My husband brought me headphones, and make sure I have my golden mic. And even my talking, I have to fiddle with it and turn it down. So if the cat is doing something or if Robert is banging something, it sounds like somebody is right here at my ear. So I'm sorry. I'm sure that comes across. I do know that, but at some point I have to throw my hands up and go, well, they know I'm doing it. So yeah, it's only important to some of us. It's not even as important to the rest. I think I'll share this on Facebook today and call out a few of my supposed relatives by marriage. I haven't seen them on my roster of subscribers. They need to get on the subscription list. I mean, the algorithms need the boost. So I may throw that out there. I was going to talk a bit longer this morning, but I did not expect. Usually, when he says he'll be back early, he's talking about 9 o'clock at night. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. This is early. Yeah. Does he call to say he's going to be late? Oh, come on, ladies. Tell me a man that does. I want to meet that sucker. Mm. I did see where they're wanting Israel to stop attacking. Well, when did they tell the other side to stop attacking? They were hit with like 14 missiles last night. So what are they supposed to do? Go ahead, kill us. Well, they tried that. It was called World War II, and 6 million were killed in 4 years. I mean, they tried that shit. They didn't like it. I thought the world didn't like it because they said never again. Well, the hell with that because it's never again already. So, people, if you do believe in God, if you do believe in what is correct, you can't take one sect and throw missiles at it and tell them not to defend themselves. You can't tell them not to go to college when they've paid for the entire year and they're here on a visa from Israel. So they're Jewish and they're being terrorized. What the hell? This is supposed to be America. It's freedom of speech, freedom of religion. Yeah. Read the first four. I dare everybody read the first four because the cops have been screwing you for like 50, 60 years. Ask a cop if they know the First Amendment. I dare you. Because you go to jail. They don't like that. They will find it. They call it obstruction. You're obstructing them so they can arrest you. You were on the side of the road. You had a camera and you were filming the traffic stop from 100 feet away. So now we're going to arrest you because that's obstruction. You were 100 freaking foot away, but they didn't like it. Exactly. That's what I thought. But again, my generation has nothing to say about this because we always just said, give me the ticket. Because you have to pay court costs and everything if you go to traffic court, and you're not going to win. I can tell you immediately, especially in Georgia, maybe in other states. The Texas was pretty fair. I've never had to go to court but one time, way a long time ago. So when you go in, you're actually getting court costs because you're not going to win the battle. So you just go, okay, I'll send it to the county clerk. You could just pay it by mail. Back in the day, you could send a check, money order, whatever. I don't know how they do it today. I mean, I'm sure you have to use your cards or whatever. Pretty soon, the mark of the beast has been going because you had your Social Security, then you had your barcode, then the barcode went to a card. It was all your stuff. Now, when the police scan your license or your license plate, they know who you are and they know what you did for the past 60 years. Literally, they know what I did since I was 5.5. So, no, I have proof of that. I really do. I'm not just saying it. I don't know why, but lately I've just been so hot and I didn't turn a fan on. So you'll have to forgive me. It's like I'm back into hot flashes, which I'm not good at. And I forgot to bring any fan. And there he goes again. I'm trying to just talk over him because it's supposed to be a podcast. Literally. Yeah. So I can see that's going well. Maybe I should just can it today. Can I see y'all on Memorial Day, which is still 2 days away, because I'm just hot and tired. And apparently whatever's going on is really more important anyway. So again, advice is not warranted nor asked for ever. No, not a bit of it. Mm-mm. I'd like to see the other side being represented, by the way, on these supposed news programs. They're real happy to throw a camera and a microphone in the face of the person who's spitting at them, telling them they need to go from the sea to the sea, which means killing everything in between, which would be the Israelis. So where's the other side in all this? Where do the kids that are coming and they're not at the school? They're called community members. What community? I don't freaking know. But I bet you it's not anywhere near there because you can actually look online. They have jobs. No, they have jobs. And they have morning, afternoon, and evening that you can apply for. And they pay you so much for gas and they pay you so much for your hotel. So they have streamlined terrorist protesters. And that's what they are. They have no place in my country. And I'm the only one that thinks so. I was gratified to see the Senate come forward and asking what the hell was going on and what were the presidents of these universities and colleges doing anyway. Not a damn thing. They sure weren't doing their jobs. They still are. We've had 4 that resigned. Y'all know what that means, right? They still get freaking paid for life. They shouldn't have. At least had it cut in half. Okay, what are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. I'm not listening to you. I'm on live. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I got headphones on, but I couldn't hear a thing of that. So I'm going to go on with what I was doing, and then maybe I can wrap this up because apparently it's not going to go as well as I thought this morning. I may not even air this one. I don't know if I'll even air you. It's phenomenal. Insult. Total insult. If it were him on this side of the microphone, I would never ever have done that to him. And this, ladies, is what I'm talking about. You know, men used to give that up once we got the right to vote. They didn't like it, but they knew we were okay. Yes, I can still hear all that. You can slam it louder. Okay, see, he's still doing that. I'm sorry. I know it comes through. There's nothing I can do. I did say so 3 times. It's dudes. Back in the 70s, remember what we said about dudes? Yeah, that still holds. It still goes. Yeah, it does. Bless his heart. He's in there making, he's really good. He's very sweet. I'm just teasing him. He is in there making potatoes and eggs for us this morning, and he's already worked since 7. So he comes straight in, as y'all saw. I keep doing that. He came straight in and went to cooking breakfast, and that's cool. I don't cook this one. I cook potatoes a different way that he likes, and he does his like a chip type form, and I do mine as a cube. And I love his, and he deep fries his, whereas I use a skillet. But he likes mine too, so sometimes I get to do that, or technically I'll do gravy and biscuits and so forth. So I'm really glad when he does that. This tastes better, it really does. And he knows what he wants to eat, so that's good with me. Since he beat cancer, he still has trouble eating certain things, and so if he can eat it, I'm down with that. I really am. So I tease him a bit, but I actually love it if he sat over here on the microphone. But again, he came straight here from work and started making breakfast. That's the cutting sound. That's the cutting sound you're hearing. That's the knife on the cutting board. This is another reason I said I needed to wrap early, because I don't think it's understood exactly what can come across these on live. But apparently everything, including the cats. Yeah, they're mine. And he indulges that. And he spends a lot of freaking money to indulge that, let me tell you. He's a very good guy. Like I said, I tease. Sometimes I also get irritated. I'm old. It's not his fault. I hate sweating. That's something I don't think any woman likes. I don't think men do either, but they're pretty good at dealing with it. I'm not. As you can tell, I'm not good with that. So There was not too much I had on my plate this morning, and that's a good thing because, like I said, you can just hear every nook and slam. And I do apologize. I will wrap early today, and I'm looking forward to breakfast, as a matter of fact, because I'm hungry. And I've spent several days, including this morning, cleaning up the house because you have to clean constantly. Because, like I said, the cats just look at you like, "You want to do what?" No, I'm not getting off the bar. I'm not getting off the coffee table. Coffee table has two glass insets that they're cherry blade. Robert bought them for me brand new. He let me go pick them, but he bought them for me, and they were not inexpensive. We'll put it that way. And so they're always up there on the inlays, and I'm always up there with Windex. So half the time I'm in an apron. I put it that. Finally, about 5 or 6 o'clock, I said, "That's it. I have to learn to not work from 6, 7 o'clock in the morning till 8 or 9 at night." Now, like last night, I was still cleaning. I had a kitten that jumped into the house that belonged outside, and I couldn't find her. Robert had to find her. She was under the dresser in my room, and so I didn't know what to do with her. Robert was like, "Feed her." So I tried that. She wouldn't do that. Fat little baby, but she was younger even than the little one that we have in here, and this is the one that was abandoned in the middle of the road that they brought to my husband in the middle of the night, and he went ahead and took it because they were just going to put it back on the side of the road, and he didn't want that to happen, and so he took it. And of course, I get to play mom because he just doesn't have the time. And when he can rest, he needs to rest because like he don't have the time. And sometimes I'll have him do a detour and pick stuff up. So I try not to do that because again, he really needs to rest himself. So, but he's really good about all that. And like this morning, he said, "Well, we got to have this and we got to have that." I was like, "Man, no." So I remember I told you we joined Sam's Club. So he's wanting me to go to Sam's Club because he got the dual membership. So I'm actually a part member as well. But I have to go in and get my license and all that stuff so that can be updated. I have to turn in the Kroger one because we joined yet. And it's a big Kroger. I don't know if anybody out there, give me a shout back. I got live chat up this morning. If y'all have seen one of the new Krogers and what do you think about it? Like I said about my shoes, and of course, they were still too expensive. But that's about what I paid for them literally in the 80s. So it's really not that much different in all of these years. And they fit perfect. I'm just like, I could go dancing if I went old and crooked. The poor man still puts up with a lot from me. So we have to give him props too. I know most of us don't. And I'm like the rest of us here. I might not notice it in our own detriment here. And I mean, he saves me a ton. I don't like to go out about crowds. I don't like to care for a lot of company. I'm pretty set in my ways nowadays. When I'm doing things, I don't want an audience, and I have to do those things. And then I get tired, like I said, excuse me, and I have to retire. I try to retire by 5. Yesterday, like I said, it was about 10:30, and I was still sweeping and mopping a second time because it started storming, and in the middle of it, that kitten ran through, and then we had to take care of it for a little while. But she kept crying and trying to hide, and she was shaking, and she was just a little butterball. I said, "I don't think she needed to come in." And I called him, and he was up in the man cave, and I said, "What should I do?" He said, "Put her outside." The storms had stopped by then. It was about 9:40. And I thought, because the other little kitten, I call her Fast Walker or Gizmo. I usually call her Fast Walking Gizmo. She'll come to all three. She wants food. So, but she was just attacking him. I mean, just slapping the shit out of it. She would not stop. And I thought, well, this one's trying to find her family, and her family's out there. And this one's trying to kill her. I think Robert's right. Let's see if we can put her out there again and see if her family can get her, if she can find her family, and see what goes on. And he was right. I was able to put her back out. And so that I hated to, but the storms were done, and it wasn't raining anymore. It was dripping from the roof, but it wasn't raining. And sure enough, she hopped about, smelling here and there. That was the other thing. I thought she was blind. Her eyes were closed. I only saw her for a second or two trying to catch her. It must be slow because that little thing was just. She's the second one that's just come in the house on her own. Robert has Ghost up in the man cave, and he calls her Ghost because that's what she did. She ghosted her way through the house, all through the bottom floor, and then stopped at Robert and just kind of looked at him like, I'm here. So he took her, and she's the one that has the anaphylactic shock reaction. So she will stiff it out and she can't breathe. So we keep an inhaler up there and some Benadryl to treat the shock. And she's coming along much better now that she's getting older. They say that she might grow out of it because we couldn't find out what it was. Robert changed her food a lot. We tried different brands and so forth, but we couldn't seem to find that middle ground where she was having seizures every day. And when she did that, generally she was alone because Robert would grab her when it started. But if she was alone and she had a full blown episode and I didn't go check, she could die because she can't breathe. And that's what happens to me and my son. We both have reactions to two different things, but it's still the same reaction. You just go into respiratory arrest is the best way to describe it. And seizures. And I always have seizures. I've been having seizures since I was 50 in my back. I injured it. And so, yeah, I'm familiar with that stuff. So I have a bad spine and all that. So I guess I better wrap it up because I said I'd be quick. And like I said, I really am looking forward to breakfast. And if he's sweet enough to come in and make it, I'm going to let him do that, no matter if it does come through. That's why I was trying to explain what's going on. Sometimes you do get irritated, I must admit. You really do. You're like, it's still early. But he still came home and cooked. So you have to balance that out. He wins that war, in other words, or at least that battle of the war. So let's see, what else did I have to tell you besides this? 2 shout outs to Joe Rogan again, by the way, shout out. Dude has some stuff on him. It was some good stuff. If you didn't catch his podcast yesterday, tap in, check it out. Again, check Trey Smith and Tim LaHaye if you haven't read the 28 book series Left Behind. It literally puts you in the 21st century on the Bible, and in a way that you understand it and you agree with what's being said and you learn stuff. So I'm about to get off because I'm being told in the wings, like I'm in the theater, to wrap this up. I haven't done theater since I was a teenager, so well, I think it was the 80s or blur. What can I say? Come see me, share, like, dislike. I don't care. Pop into the chat. It's Social Woodstock. Pop in, tell me what you want, tell me what you're talking about, tell me what you saw. I need you guys. I can't do it without you guys. I do appreciate everybody was here. Once again, I do apologize for the interruptions. They're necessary in the household. I'm afraid I'm at the bar, so this is the center of the home. And you will see my husband from time to time, even though he won't come directly on camera, he'll just wave. So give it a break out there, guys. Let me know you're out there. Come on, Social Woodstock, bring it. Toodles.